My name's Nicolai Sclater. I work as the name Ornamental Conifer. I'm based in Los Angeles at the moment, just moved over from London recently, and I'm a painter, or an artist, I guess. As a child, I guess, when I was growing up, my parents were very liberal, and we didn't really sort of focus around televisions and things, so every time I'd say I was bored, my mum would always remind me that I had a pencil case and art materials, and she was just like, there's no chance you can be bored. I've always drawn, and I was really influenced by comic books when I was a kid. From a very early age, I was always drawing onto my stuff, so I had toy cars that I'd paint onto. As I got older, I got into graffiti, and for good or bad, I was spending a lot of time with other dudes who painted a lot, so it was always lettering. It always was based around words. It serves its purpose, and you can read that. Whether or not it's correct, I mean, the kerning could be completely wrong, and things like this is like slightly offset to the left, and some people would measure all this out. I just draw it on and go for it, because I think that's the spirit of the Peninsula project, was just to have that fun. So for the Peninsula project, we came up with two main patterns, one which was heavily geometric and the other one which was just random objects which you might find or see along the way. So you got anchors, palm trees, you kind of got this idea of the surfers going camping, so you got knives, fire, and all of this stuff has then been reappropriated and put onto patterns, onto the clothing, onto hats, onto watches. And you know, the whole thing was an escapism from sitting in my studio, imagining I was traveling and going on a road trip with my friends, and the kind of idea of just sitting down having barbecues, jumping in and out of the ocean, just not working, having a bit of fun. And I'm impressed at that stippling, because like a lot of the time when I spend hours and hours and hours with a tiny pen doing those little dots, to transfer it into screen is really difficult. Screen printing that onto fabric is not an easy chore, so I'm impressed the way that turned out. For me, it's super rad to see how they've interpreted my graphics, because you know, my mind doesn't even work like this. I work and I paint, and it's always onto object, and it's always with a brush. Whereas seeing it debossed into leather, it's actually really cool to see how that they've done that, and to pick up the details as well. I think that's clever. Thanks for coming over to my studio and let me see these products firsthand. I'm super excited. Hope you have a rad adventure. I'll see you somewhere on the road. Godspeed. Via con Dios. Now get out of here so I can go eat tacos.